Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Bahasham, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakha HaKodash. Just going through, some of the curses that has affected Jake. And some of these videos, when you watch them, it really, really hurts to watch. Like, for example, I can't even watch certain slavery movies. It takes me a good day or two to get through it. Because you get so vexed and so angry, and it's hard to watch. I mean, you've even seen this caption here, this picture here of this young Israelite baby. Look, she's crying and everything because of the school integration scenario back in the 60s, which is some BS because Jake did better, without integration. Integration was the worst thing ever. But these things had to come to pass. Thawadi How Bashim Nashai is 2022, and we are at the cusp of 2023. Well, supposedly, according to the Gregorian calendar, right? And in this, this is a brother's channel. What's his name? Hazakia News and Films. He's got some good content on here. Really great stuff. And check it out yourself. This is where an evil hotel owner pours acid on Jake or Israelite children trying to swim in segregated pool. Okay, so evil hotel owner pours acid on Israelite children trying to swim in segregated pool. So it's not even an integrated pool. They're segregated. They're in their own pool, right? But the owner of the hotel is Esau. Even the invention of hotels comes from Jake. Everything invented that's great in America, around the world, everything, okay? A to Z, okay? The list is so numerous and large, I can't even go into it. Anything great, okay? Okay, I'll give you a little touch. Your cars, clothes, fashion, styling out cars, rims, low riding, I don't know, zoot suits, all kinds of fashion, hair products, soap, ice cream, radio, the cell phone, the internet, hip talk, all forms of music, every single thing, okay, including country music, which is basically the blues sung by some whack-ass Edomites who can't really sing, okay? Yeah, just a little touch there. But I'll play a little bit of it, and then we'll go into some scriptures. Like I said again, this is from Hazakia News and Films, and I'm not going to play the whole lot because it's about 11 minutes 39 seconds. So you need to check it out yourself.
Today's activities began with 70 integrationists, 16 of them white rabbis, gathering at the Monson Motor Hotel, a favorite spot for integrationist activities in this resort city. They stood outside the restaurant and started to pray. The manager, James Brock, whose patience has worn thin, came out to stop the praying.
Property and you're
deliver the prayer.
all right, you're on private property, and I'm ordering you to leave here. You're on private property, and I'm ordering you to leave this place here. And Reverend, take him right away.
Reverend,
he's on private property. Take this man with you, every one of them. You people are free to leave.
1 minute. Okay, see, the thing is, isn't it? They won't leave Jake alone, period. Jake has his own towns and cities, Rosewood, amongst other. There were hundreds of so-called black cities that were thriving, even doing better than Edomite cities, okay? There were loads of Israelite millionaires at that time, okay? Own banks, schools, colleges, universities, social places, bars, pubs, whatever, cinema halls, Could you imagine back then, 100 years ago, how clean and beautiful, Jake women were wearing dresses and stuff, and then Jake looking sharp in his suit, out on a date with his woman on a Friday night, streets probably spotless, and even in hell, yeah. And Esau comes, bombs it, all orchestrated by the government, all orchestrated by the Edomites, the so-called white man, the Caucasians. They're not really white; they're red. White is a term, so the way the black is a term created in the 1500s. Okay, to give Esau a superior way of, pulling themselves up or pushing themselves up. Okay, because even in hell, heathen women wanted to be with the so-called black and Native American man at that time, even the Latino man. They didn't want Esau because Esau didn't look better. Esau stank, and Esau obviously couldn't get down in the when it came to the bedroom work. Salakia for digressing there. But these are just, and then what happens is Esau bombs a city, and then when there's a segregated pool or whatever, or they try and go to their day-to-day, deal with their day-to-day lives, then you've got these crackers, these Edomites, coming at them again. It's either you do or you don't. It's like, they won't leave you alone. They always pull and push you, pull and push you, pull and push you, It's like they destroy what you have, and then you try and use something that's segregated, and then they want to push you away. Because this hatred is just always going to be there. Esau has a deep hatred for you. Okay? You think they don't hate looking at Jake's being successful now? Some of them are YouTube millionaires and stuff like that. And you know how Jake moves. Even if Jake's got a regular job, Jake's always going to move clean. I mean, Esau's got money. Esau's a bum. I mean, if you got money, why wouldn't you have nice clothes and nice things like that? Why would you wear dirty sneakers? Why do you move like that? But that's Esau. Esau is not a royal people. Jacob, the Israelites are royal people by nature. Hence the reason why they wear the jewelry that they do. I'm not talking about the fashion now. I'm talking, let's just go back 30 years or 25 years. They wear the jewelry that they do, the gold, the silver, the gold teeth, all done tastefully, of course. No tattoos, dressing nice, like the Ishkarite brothers do, having their creases ironed, showing their creases, making sure that even if they step out the door, even if they're wearing some basic stuff, which is very affordable to everybody, they're going to make sure that they step it above, keep it a buck, having nice things, even if you just got a regular job, Jake's always going to move in a royal manner, and they're always going to stand out, and then, Jake tries to, go with the day-to-day life, and then you got so-called rabbis with him as well, Amalek, which is the head tribe of Esau, right? Trying to pray for these, pray for Jake, or trying to pray with Jake. And then the hotel owner comes up. I mean, throwing acid on children, and this is, bro, they've done so much, okay? They've done so much, lynching Jake, cutting genitalia off, throwing acid, raping women and throwing them out of pickup trucks, dragging Jake from the behind of a pickup truck until there's nothing but bones left, and all the body parts are in the street, burying Jake. You see cartoons where the person is buried, with their head up to the sand, and all their whole body's underneath the sand, their head is there. That's what they used to do with the northern and southern kingdom, in America and other captivities as well. They'll put the head will just be above the sand, and Esau with their boots would come and try and kick. Who can kick the head off with one kick? They do that to babies as well. Okay, they get little Israelite babies, Native Indian and Negro children, throw them up in the air and just see if they can stab that baby with a sword. Okay, and then you got your dumbass Jakes out there that want to love these motherfuckers, man. Pardon, Salakia for the language there, but you get vexed. And the only slave movie I can watch is Django, because Django gets down and they're killing those crackers, man. And rightfully so. Man, this really pisses me off. Let's just watch it. Man. That is 2023 coming up. Fuck Esau, man. You're gonna get it, man.
Here, if you will leave. You're not going to look here. You're on private property. Get out of here. Every one of you. You're on private property here. Get away from here.
On this congregation.
You go to. Oh God, our Heavenly Father, we pray that
Lie down and dream. He beat his baby side. He restoreth my soul.
Get off of this property or you go to jail. You want to go to jail? Take your hands off. You go to jail. You're like a human being. You're on They're not your gas.
Suddenly, 7 demonstrators, 2 of them white, stripped down to their bathing suits and leaped unexpectedly into the motel pool.
How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you? How are you, Mr. Ward?
Suddenly, the manager, Brock, threw acid into the water, but it was not harmful.
Hey, Mark, would you like to open the door?
So these MFers here, that cracker there that was chucking the acid, he's gonna be born into slavery. You know? And he looks middle-aged here, and he's probably died in maybe the 70s, 80s. This motherfucker's gonna wake up in chains, man. Okay? You Edomites are not gonna ever rule again. This was it for you. This was your golden era of the 50s and the 60s. Okay?
Despite the fact that officers watched, there was trouble. An off-duty police officer suddenly couldn't stand it anymore, and he leaped into the water to pick a fight with one of the white swimmers. Sticks were used.
No, they're beating up the Edomites, or what look like to be Edomites that are helping or trying to help Jake. They're whacking them with sticks and stuff like that. You know? Our elder Apostle Tahar once said that, if you ever see one of these demonstrations and you see Edomite-looking people that are really with Jake and trying to help Jake, don't get it twisted. There's agents amongst them too, but there are some sincere ones, that look like Edomites. They're probably like, they're more than likely Israelites. Because, Jake always has a sympathetic bone. You know what I mean? So, it's a two-way street with that one. But these coppers that are whacking them with sticks and all that kind of thing, they're truncheons, they're Edomites, man. Obviously, because they're crackers. Chucking acid in a pool, man. And it's segregated as well. Not integrated. You got people, there's other footage as well, I can't really play too much, is where Esau's got such hatred, they're jumping in the pool with their clothes on just to get at Jake, man.
Sometimes it got rough. Come on, move. Go with him.
That's it.
They were shoved into automobiles to be driven away to the jailhouse.
Do nothing in this field. Ah, boy. Not done and kill it. We'll learn you in St. Augustine. Wait, no good thing.
A lot of this stuff went on, man. You make movies like Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence in it. Okay, Jake has got salt. They had a comedic spin to it, but that movie is heartbreaking, man. If you watch it, 2 young brothers, right? In hell, trying to make a, trying to make a buck, right? Young brothers, young and vibrant. Okay, one brother about to get married to a beautiful woman, start a job. The other brother, Eddie Murphy trying to make his money or whatever. Okay? Young men, never had children or wives, and they get caught up in the mix of getting set up by Esau and going to prison for a good, 60, 70 years or whatever. And when they finally get free, they're old and frail. Old and frail, man. And that's not just one, one time. That happened to a lot of Israelites, man. Because in the 20s, all the prison houses were full of Edomites. Jake wasn't doing no crime. Jake marriages are Jake couples are together, healthy life, even though being in hell, right? And then Esau wanted to switch that. How can we make sure that these faces that are in these jailhouses turn brown? Okay? And what do? They set snares and traps and jinns for Jake. Jinn means a snare and trap for Jake. And a lot of it today is this music. A lot of these sellout Israelites that, these 10% of these billionaires, that want to keep themselves in that 10% and then they help Esau, okay, like the Boule and all that, to keep the 90% of the Israelites in hell. And they promote that effed up music. You know, the effed up movies, the effed up culture. You know, a lot of these rappers like Ice Cube and all that, they never grew up in the streets. They're just actors. Tupac is an actor, and more than likely a Mo as well. Okay, I know a lot of you are gonna find that hard to swallow that he's a Mo. They more than likely all of them are. You know. There's another one here. Okay. I'm just going to read 41. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. You know? And ever since then, you know, because Jacob is supplanted, but in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yashai, that blessing was always for Jacob. Okay? The blessing wasn't stolen. Okay? It's not like if Esau took a different step, right? Things would have worked out different. No. It was always already in the spirit because Yahweh Shem Yashai wanted it that way because it's his movie. Okay? The Lord wanted it that way. Okay? Hence the reason why Jacob supplanted. And Esau has always had that hatred. Okay? And it's not just because of the color. Well, it is the color because they're envious of the color. That's why these crackers put on fake tan and their women put on fake tan and they want to get brown because they know something is missing in their spirit. You know, they take steroids to lift weights and get muscles. When Jake is born, as soon as he hits about 18, he hasn't even lifted a weight and he's already got a six-pack and pecs and all that kind of thing. Why? Because Jake is naturally a god, okay, in this weak flesh. Okay, amongst other talent that Jake has. And the Lord always hated Esau, man. Always. Okay? And that mark they have, which is a mark of Cain, okay? Cain was so-called black, but the Lord took the color away. Okay? I mean, listen, anything that doesn't have melanin, the Lord hates. Okay? Especially if you're a heathen. If you can't go in that, you're supposed to go out in the sun's supposed to vibrate on you. You're supposed to feel energy by going in the sun. Esau goes in the sun, they go red, they get burnt, they get blistered, they start to peel. Jake goes in the sun, Jake glows. Jake feels energy. Like you get charged like a Duracell battery. Salaki of the digressing again. Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. The Lord hates Esau. And there's nothing wrong with hating. Okay? The Lord isn't on all love. Exodus 15:3. The Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, is a man of war. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is his name. Okay? There's nothing wrong with righteous hate. You're not supposed to love people that spit at you, that kill you, that murder you, that rape your women, that rape your daughters, that rape your sons even. Because you know Esau is a big Mo. Exodus 17:16. There's no particular order. I'm just going to read through them. Amalek is the head tribe of Esau. Okay? And under them are the rest of the Edomites. Okay, they're all one and the same, but Amalek, feel kind of superior because they didn't really care for their own. The rest of the Edomites around the world, they just want to keep their own race so-called pure. They don't want to dilute everybody else. Hence the reason why, if you look now, I remember back in the 90s, you very rarely, I mean, you would probably see it here and there, see a cracker with a brown woman. Now you see it all the time. Why? Because they're trying to promote this "we are the world, one world" bullshit, man. They're showing commercials with beautiful brown women with these Edomites. Then they show Jake in a commercial with the Edomite wench, and that bitch she's whack looking, But the truth of the fact of the matter is, the Edomite woman is the biggest slut on the planet, and every man of every race has had her, and Jake's been having her. You know what I mean? So you Edomites can't win in that race, because we're better than you in every shape or form, man, even in hell. Okay? Your women desire us, man. Okay? A lot. Exodus 17:16. For he said, because the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Okay? So we'll always have war with these people, man. Okay? This scripture is manifold, of course, but we'll always have war with these people. Always have war with these people, man. There's never going to be no love. If you see a group of Jakes that are really cool with a group of so-called guys that look Caucasian, but they really vibe and they're cool with each other, those guys are more than likely Irish, Scottish, and their seed line on their father's side go back 3, 4, 5, 6 generations are so-called black men, Negro men that laid down, that had sex with Edomite women or Israelite foreigner women that looked pale or whatever shade they were, and they had children, sons, and those sons grew, and that seed doesn't get destroyed. Okay? No matter what, they are Israelites with blonde hair and blue eyes and all that kind of thing. But in the kingdom, you'll get your look back. But on this side, you've got to be spiritual as well. Okay? Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, like they're doing now. You know? By promoting Israelite women to be with heathen men. Then on top of that, promoting their pale flesh, like it's the template of manhood or manliness or beauty, when it isn't. If it's so beautiful, why do you guys put on fake tan? And why do you white women, Edomite women, put makeup on and bronzer and all that? Bronzer is brown. Why do you do that for? A lot of you Edomite women and Edomite men like to get fake tans done and dye your hair black and try and look Latino or Italian or something. And I've seen that. Because why you want to look more, what's the word? You're trying to look more striking is the word. Striking in a positive way. You know? You dye your hair black and you dye your beard jet black and that because it's blonde or some crap like that. You want to look more striking instead of bland with your pale pigskin flesh and, you know? And blue eyes and all that kind of thing, green eyes, hazel eyes, only look good on brown skin anyway, because the eyes stand out. Okay, and those eye colors don't come from you Edomites, man. That come from you Edomites. That comes from us. Naturally, we can produce that naturally with our children. Okay, you are not anything in this world. Okay, anything that you have, anything that is portrayed in society as you being so-called cool, ended in the 90s, man, with that Baywatch bullshit. Okay, you were never cool. You made yourself, portrayed yourself as the good when you guys are evil. You portrayed yourself as the knights of the round table, which are Israelites, so-called black men. You portrayed yourself as, most importantly, our king, Hamashiach Yahushai. You use that Jesus bullshit, using Caesar Borgia or Serapis Christus, that cracker, that heroin addict looking person. Oh yeah, that's the son of the Most High. Oh, if he looks like that, and the Edom and so-called Caucasians look like that, or Caucasians look like that, and then the whole world sees, okay, yeah, so these must be the people of God. And niggas ain't shit. Okay? If you guys are so good, you know, and if you guys are so the salt of the earth, okay, like Jake is, Jake's got flavor. How come I don't see a whole lot of you in the NBA? Okay, you guys had to change your rules in the 50s because Jake was dunking over your heads. Jake's athleticism, okay? Jake's sharp looks, you know? Where the Edomite women are gravitating. And Edomite women were dealing with Jake always from the beginning. But they had to hide it when all this white-black shit was started in the 1600s. Okay? And here's a scripture of leprosy. Leviticus 13:30. About your pale flesh. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry skull, even leprosy upon the head or beard. So yellow hair. So a lot of you Israelite women, northern or southern, okay, or any Israelite foreigner women that are melanated, if your hair ain't naturally blonde, okay, which is a curse in itself, but if you're dyeing it blonde, right? But if you're dyeing it blonde, right? There's a clean leper where you're completely blonde and you're completely pale, but then there's like a unclean leper, which is like patchy. You know, you see some jakes with patches of pale flesh on their hands or whatever. That's an unclean leper, you know? And that blonde hair, streaks of blonde hair here and there, that's unclean as well. Okay? So that's why they made good evil and evil good. There's another example here where they made a curse be positive. they made pale pigskin flesh be positive when actually it's a brown skin. Why do you think Jake ages like wine and you Edomites age like milk? Huh? Why do you think there's a majority of your women of other nations, and you Edomite women especially, that are always on Jake's arm? And not the other way around. If it's the other way around, it's some stupid Northern or Southern Kingdom woman or Israelite foreigner woman that's with a cracker because he's got money. That's it. That's the only thing. He's a means to an end. They're not with you because they want to be with you on a physical level. You know? Guarantee that. I see all these wenches online all the time. They're with older Edomite men. Why? Because they got money. They can be comfortable. Okay? Malachi 1 and 3. I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage for waste, for the dragons of the wilderness. Okay? This one, Esau went down. Okay? During the Dark Ages when we pushed them into the caves. Okay? And, they were living, grunting and everything. That movie, Quest for Fire, will give you a sort of an indication how dirty and disgusting they were. And they're still like that to this day. They rarely ever wash when they come out of a bathroom. You know, if you work in these office buildings or whatever, or wherever you work around these damn devils, they don't wash. They smell funny. You know? That's their nature. They're disgusting. They were even in the caves. They wore their underwear till it disintegrated. Whatever kind of underwear they wore, they would have sex with their sisters and their mothers, which is still to this day, and they promote that in porn. You know, they're ugly by nature. They have hair all over their hands like that. MF Robin Williams got hairy hands and all that shit. They're gorillas, man. They've got to use special solutions and creams to take the hair off their body. You know, like a lot of these Amalekites do that are these Illuminati families. Verse 4, where is Edom said, who the Caucasians, saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Okay, that's when they came back into power, man. Okay, these tall skyscrapers and all that. It's a reminder of their lives when they used to be in the caves, because each apartment or each hole in the building is like a cave. You know, when they're high up in the caves, each hole. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but the Lord said, I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. The Lord has righteous hatred for you Edomites forever. You're the border of wickedness. When Jake does something wrong, Jake gets repaid straight away for that wrong. With Esau, the Lord is just letting that tab build up and build up and build up and build up. You know why? Because this is your rulership, Esau. But it's coming to an end. Okay? It's manifest destiny. Okay? You've had your time on this planet. But you know what the beautiful thing is? You're not going to ever be in rulership again. Ever. 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 You're going to be in chains. Then after 1,000 years, we're going to put you to death. We're going to burn you MFers up. Okay? And that's the scripture for that as well. Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, southern and northern kingdom, and the house of Esau, the Caucasian, for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai hath spoken it. And any of you tares that got the brown skin because your mother is a slut that laid with Esau, you know, like those two twins in that show, Sister, Tia and Tamara, whatever their names are, they're Amalekites. Yeah, they're nice looking girls. Of course they're nice looking, but they're Amalekites. In the kingdom, they're going to have their pale flesh. They're not going to have that beautiful curly hair and that brown skin anymore. They're going to look like their forefathers. Okay? Or the Israelites that look like other nations, because Jake has laid down with women of other nations, and Israelite foreigner women. Okay? Those Israelites, okay, are going to get their look back pursuing to their royal tribe, whatever tribe they come from out of the 12 tribes. Okay? The parable between the wheat and the tares. Okay? Because a tare looks similar to a wheat. But which one's the original? It is the wheat. You know, it's like having gold. You got gold, then you got gold plated. Which one's a real gold? The 24 karat gold, right? Simple as that. You got the 24 karat gold on the right hand side, and then you got gold plated. You got like stainless steel dipped in 10 karat gold, a thin layer of 10 karat gold, which is clear coated to make it last long. Yeah? That's a parable. That's an example in layman's terms of a parable between the wheat and the tares. Which one's pure? Which one's a real thing? It's the 24 karat gold. Okay? I think from Deuteronomy 28 to verses 14, 28 from Deuteronomy 28 from verses 1 to 14 are the blessings of following the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai's commandments, right? But because Yahweh Shai, was sacrificed, he's the lamb, right? And by his stripes we're healed. We've got grace, but it doesn't mean that you can eat pork and all that other BS and smoke cigarettes and smoke blunts and all that and deal with another man's woman and all that. You can't do that. You should have that much common sense not to do things like that. That's just a few things I mentioned that are wicked, or be a mo, which is disgusting, right? It means that you abstain from things like that and try and do right by yourself. You're supposed to change every single day, okay? And verses 15 till 68 are the curses, okay? I'm just going to read a few of the curses, okay? But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken, which is listen, unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed, which is basically what happened to Jake there with the swimming pool scenario, and cursed shalt thou be in the field, picking cotton for the southern kingdom Jakes, and sugar cane and fruit for the northern kingdom Jakes, and other jobs that they had to do as well. Being house servants and, all that other kind of thing. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store, which means, for all kind of requirements, you'll have to go to the heathen, and your basket and store, which means that you'll have a lack of food. Okay. And then, for example, they'll give Jake all the scraps. Even Jake even invented lemonade. Okay. That was invented because Esau wouldn't give proper food to Jake. They gave him the pig's guts and pig and all that kind of shit, and other abominations. So Jake invented gumbo. Okay, Jake's got salt and flavor. Even though it's wicked what they're doing, they make it taste good for themselves. So they invented the gumbo, which is made out of scraps. They invented lemonade, for example, cornbread. Which then Esau started eating cornbread and all that other kind of stuff, copying Jake, because Esau can't cook for shit. As they say, there's that saying, if life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And Jake literally did that. Like that term, the real McCoy. The real McCoy, Mr. McCoy, I don't recollect the Jake's first name, is an Israelite. Okay, the only thing Esau invented was the patent office. Everything in that patent office was Jake's ownership. But because of the lack of power, Esau put his stamp on everything. Even KFC, man. Colonel Sanders didn't invent no damn KFC. Esau doesn't even like hot sauce or any kind of hot sauce. That's not them. They don't put no flavor. They don't even put salt in their food. They can't even cook. But they take everything that Jake does, man. So lucky for digressing again. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kine and the flocks of thy sheep. Okay? Fruit of thy body, your children will be cursed. All anything that you grow on the land will be cursed because, it won't be yours. You won't be able to utilize it the way you want to utilize it, because it'll be given to the heathen, because they'll be owning it, like sharecropping. Jake doesn't own that land. Jake's was still sharecropping up until the 60s and 70s, and some of them are still doing it to this day. Hell, Jakes are still being lynched to this day, but they don't really talk about it. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. Okay? This reminds me of Psalm 121, a good protection prayer. Your brothers should pray in that. And always use the Lord's name, man, when praying, facing the east. So, when you leave the house, when you're going in and out of the house, wherever you are, always pray, man. Always pray in your mind, even if you're in the car. If you can't face the east, the Lord understands that. But if you're at home, always face the east and pray, The Lord Yahweh Hashem shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Okay? We go through whatever we go through, we go through nothing, man, compared to, and if we do go through anything, it's rightfully so. We deserve it, And look at the apostles and elders, man. They started as young men in their 20s, some in their 30s, young men, young, strong men, blessed with, carnal abilities as well as spiritual abilities, Some of them were boxers, martial artists, musicians, soldiers, trained in the arts, But the Lord blessed them on a high spiritual element. And they've gone through, a whole lot of things, man, as well as the prophets underneath them. And as well as, any small, guys like me that, that I woke up and you go through what you go through, man, where it's your woman stepping out on you, or you raising your children by yourself, all that kind of thing, or where it's, going from job to job, but the Lord always keeps your head above water, there's numerous things, man, but these things are soon to end, man. And they're done to build you up. The Lord don't want to destroy you, man. The Lord always, doesn't want to give you too much that you can't handle it, but always gives you a way to get out of it too. I watched a video a while back. It's an old one. Apostle Tai says that, sometimes he had to sleep in his car where the car broke down, but he knew that, okay, when the car broke down, he knew that the blessing was around the corner, especially if it's something in urgency, that blessing is around the corner. But if it's something that can sort of wait, whatever it could be, it might take a few weeks or even a few months, but it's going to happen. A blessing is around the corner. But if you look at your life, the way you've come into this, that your head is always above water, that's a blessing, man. And you know what's going to come very soon as well. A lot of these people don't know. They're into the Instagram and YouTube world. There's nothing wrong with earning your money and all that kind of thing. But a lot of Jakes have invested in this world and they don't want this world to end, But Esau doesn't want his world to end either. Because Jacob's trouble, man, when it comes, is going to be everybody's trouble. But Jacob's going to be the target. Like that guy says in the movie Menace to Society, when that guy at the barbecue gives that Muslim Jake's dad. Islam is crap anyway. Don't get into that nonsense. But I'm just saying, he said that, that the hunt is on. You Jakes are always being hunted, man. Always being hunted. But then, those Jakes that are being hunted are actually going to be turned to hunters as well. And the ones that, the ones that are being hunted are not going to be hunted for, because they're going to get power. Okay? But the Jakes that are going to be hunted and taken down and slain by Esau and the heathen nations, and even by Jakes, were meant to go that way, because they're the 2/3. A few curses that's going to come onto you, heathens. Okay? Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Okay? You put Israelites into slavery, you're going to go into slavery. There is no forgiveness. The forgiveness part is only for Israelites. We forgive each other. Somebody steps on your shoe accidentally and it's a brother, you forgive. It's minor. You don't need to knuckle up for that. Just like I'm giving a little small silly example there. That forgiveness for Jake, not for someone who murders your family, rapes your sons and daughters, murders you, scatters your family, puts you in chains, lynches you, cuts your genitalia off, rapes your woman in front of you, buck breaks your forefathers, which means they get the toughest Jake out of a bunch, right? Who the other Jakes look up to, right? And and an Edomite cracker, who's a homo by nature, would rape that Jake in front of everybody, in front of his wife, children, his mother, his grandmother. You think we're going to forgive you, Esau? You're going in slavery. You heathens, Elam, Ishmael. Man, I hate you Ishmaelites and Hamites, man. I don't like you, man. And I hate you, Esau, most of all. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Revelation 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. You're going to get double. Okay? In the kingdom, we're not going to rape your children or do any Mo stuff, because we're not Mo's anyway. Okay, you people are. Okay? We're not going to do none of that, but we're going to put our foot deep in your backside. It's going to be the most cruel slavery ever in existence. Is going to be the kingdom of heaven. We're going to put hell on you heathens, man, especially Esau. Me personally, Esau first, then Ishmael, and then Ham, and then Elam. And I hate Moab, man. They stink. And you Ammonites. Japheth, not so much, because they haven't really effed with Jake like that. They're big ass Samoan. There's Jakes amongst them, but I'm talking about the heathen. They can use them as guards and all that kind of stuff to whip Esau. Or use them as those guys that put the black masks on to lynch Esau, and the other nations. I'm just thinking, in this small carnal brain that we have in this world. Okay? And there is no repentance or forgiveness for you Edomites. Hebrews 12:17. For you know that afterward, that when he would have inherited the blessing, okay, he was rejected. The blessing was never for you. Okay, because the Lord made, okay, you to be hated. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears, and Esau cries like a goat. Okay, that gives me, the Lord can create vessels for destruction and vessels for honor. One vessel to honor. And who's the potter? The potter is the Yahweh Shem Yashai that makes us. Romans 9:21. Hath not the potter power of the clay? The clay is his flesh, of the same lump, to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. Jacob and Esau. Jacob and Esau are the main characters in this world. Okay? Everybody else are just sideliners, man. Special appearances, all that kind of thing. If you want to put them. No, they're not really special, just small appearances. Okay? 2nd Ezra 15. What's the other one as well? Be like unto spittle. Be like to spittle. So the Lord, has got his creation, who he loves, whom are the apple of his eye, who are the Israelites, and other nations that are like spit, like if you shoot some phlegm out of your mouth, are you going to pick that up and try and swallow it again? No. Esau is phlegm. The heathen nations are phlegm. What we call in the UK gob, that you shoot out of your mouth. 2nd Ezra 6:56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, you do come out of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Okay, so you got a bucket of water, a drop falls out. Are you going to try and recoup that drop? No. You say, F it, keep moving. So you heathen nations are nothing, especially you, Esau. Okay? You have nothing but tears, hell coming to you, as well as you heathen nations. Okay? You Moabites, you Gooks, you Ammonites, you Japs, you Elamites, you East Indians, you real East Indians. Okay? You 3-foot, charcoal dot heads. You look like Hamites. And you real Hamites, you Somalians. I can't stand you Somalians, man. You stink. All that Islam BS. Yeah? And you Stanis, you Pakis and all that, you Elamites. And Ishmael, you Arabs, man. You camel jockeys. I can't stand you. Can't stand you either, man. But Esau's at the top, you crackers, you Edomites. You've got nothing but hell coming to you, man. Okay? And none of you heathen nations are going to ever rule again. Ever. Okay? So you Arabs that are having lions in your mansions and that, that are dogging Israelite women, northern and southern kingdom, these Instagram models, we're going to have your women. We're going to have your women, man. Your fine-ass Ishmaelite women, fine-ass Elamite women, fine-ass Edomite women. We're going to have them all. Moabite women, Ammonite women, and you're not going to be eating off camel meat or octopus, live octopus and all that in the kingdom. You're going to be in order. And none of you heathens are going to have any fine women in the kingdom. None of you. Okay? You're not going to get no comfort or solace from having a beautiful woman to go home to. I mean, that wench is going to be in the field too. More than likely with one foot chopped off and she'll be on a stump, probably about 400 pounds, looking like Roseanne Barr. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akakwadash. Esau, your end is nigh.